Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, hi, my name is Zena. I'm a certified esthetician and nail technician in Saskatchewan, Canada. So today's video is something a little bit different than some recent videos I have posted, but today we are trying out these dual forms. So what you're supposed to be able to do with these forms is you're supposed to be able to kind of sculpt a nail without using forms and without using a tip. So I've never used them before, so you are getting my 100% honest first impressions on this kind of dual form trend that's happening right now in the nail industry. So yeah, first impressions on how these work, how I personally think they will hold up and stuff. The product I am going to be using with them is my eNail Couture Happy Gel, and I will post a link for that video that I used reviewing this product up in the corner, one of these corners somewhere. I'm not sure which side it posts to, but I have a review and first impressions video on this product, and so that is what I'm going to be using with my dual forms today. However, I have heard that you can use acrylic and gel as well, just a little bit more finicky than using a kind of polygel. So let's flip the camera around. I'm really excited to see how this goes. I have no idea how this is going to be. I feel like the structure won't be properly set in place because you're just putting a thin coat inside the form, but we'll see how it goes. So I have already removed my nails off of my one hand. And just a warning, my nails are very kind of discolored and stuff and red, but it's not due to improper training on my part. It might be due to just being in a rush on my part, but mostly it is due to my eczema. So I know my nails are not model-worthy nails, so you don't need to tell me that, but let's flip the camera around and attempt to do a hand using these dual forms paired with my eNail Couture Happy Gel. Okay, so this is what the dual forms look like. So they come in a package of 10 different sizes, and I just picked these up from Best Buy Aesthetics in Saskatoon. So let's open them up and fit them to my nails, and then let's get started. Okay, so I have these tips all laid out starting from my pinky to my thumb in the correct sizing. So I just made sure with these forms they have these little ticks at the top, and then this rounded part goes around your cuticle. So I just made sure that they were a nice fit around the cuticle and around the sidewalls. So I just removed my gels, and so there's a little bit of gel left over, and I'm going to spray them with alcohol, and then I am going to prep and prime them, and then I will be right back for the application of Happy Gel. Okay, so I have just prepped them with this eNail Couture Nail Prep. And then the primer I used is this Can West primer, which is an acid primer. Okay, and also I am using the eNail Couture monomer along with this Happy Gel, and then I am just going in with this acrylic brush. I am not sure what size it is, as it doesn't say, but it's also from Best Buy Aesthetics. And then the Happy Gel color I'm using is Eternal Beige, which is the same one I used in that review video. I'm a little bit nervous. I've never done this before, so I don't know how this is going to go. So I am going to squeeze out a little bit. Let's cut that. And let's start with the pinky first. So I am just going to roll that into the cuticle area. And then with my brush and a little bit of the monomer, I am just going to pat that out. I don't want these really long, but I'm just going to kind of wing it and see how it goes. One tip I have heard is to, here, let me zoom in a bit. One tip I have heard is to make sure that you get enough product in the sidewalls. So I am really going to make sure that I do my best to get product up there. And you want a nice thin cuticle area. I'm going to just straighten out the edge a bit here. Okay, I have no idea how this is going to go, but let's flip this onto my nail. As far as I know, you just kind of push it on and kind of hold it there. And there's a little bit, I don't know if you can see it, but a little bit came out the top there. So I am just going to wipe that away. And I think you have to actually push it, sorry if I went out of view there. I think you have to actually keep it pushed down as you're going into cure. Sorry that I keep going out of view, guys. Okay, I am going to cure that and then we will see how this goes. I kind of do not have high hopes, but we'll see. Okay, so this just finished curing for 2 minutes, and actually I held it down right about here for the first couple seconds and then I let go and it felt like it was fairly secure. So now let's attempt to pop off this form. Okay, that popped off fairly easy and there's really nothing left on this form. Okay, this is definitely a concern of mine with this product, and as I keep doing this I might get better, but it almost like spilled out the bottom here. Okay, so there you can see how it spilled out into the bottom. I have not a nice C-curve whatsoever. So that is either from when I pushed the form on or from when I was applying it into the little form. I'm not sure which. Hopefully I can correct that as I do the rest of my nails. But it is like on there fairly good. Like it doesn't feel like it's coming off. It feels very secure. Okay, let's try another nail and then we will shape these. Okay, so I have my bead of the Happy Gel. I'm just going to roll it in there. And I'm taking some monomer on my brush and we're going to pat this out. I'm going to try to get a little bit less at the cuticle area this time and definitely smooth it out a bit more than what I did last time. I think this product, as with any new product, is definitely a lot of trial and error. The one thing I can say about these forms though is I wish they had lines coming across them, similar to how nail forms do, just so you can know how to make them all the same length, because I'm really just eyeballing this right now. I have no idea. Okay, I feel like I might have applied this one a bit better. Let's stick it onto the nail and see how it goes. Yeah, I definitely don't get as much sticking out the end, the cuticle area, as I did last time. There's still a little bit, so I'm going to wipe that up and then I'm going to cure that. Okay, so this has just finished curing. So let's pop the tip off. The tips actually pop off really easily. Okay, so you can see right here, I definitely didn't get enough product on my sidewall this time. But it looks a lot better Like there's a lot less spill out over underneath than this one. So that's a huge improvement in just doing one more nail. So definitely don't give up after one nail. Keep practicing with it and see where it goes. Right, I am going to do my other 3 nails on this hand off camera, and I will show you the progress after each one, and then I will file them and give you my final reviews. I would do them all on camera, but that is going to take forever. Okay, so here we have all 5 fingers done, applied anyways. I still definitely need to shape them and stuff. My middle finger definitely turned out the best. As you can see in this angle, my pointer finger, I didn't quite have the form pushed down, so it's definitely lifted. Like you can see my natural nail, and then you can see where the C curve is, which is nowhere near where my natural nail is. And then my thumb, I applied my form a little lopsided. So this is definitely a trial and error. I'm not about to start using these forms on clients. And as you can see, every single one of my nails has this little blob at the cuticle area. So I'm sure that'll file out once I shape them, but as for an apex and stuff, there really isn't one. They are fairly flat. It'll be interesting to see how they stand up to a little bit of wear and tear. Maybe in about a week's time I will do an update on how these are wearing. But I am just going to file them a little bit. So I am just using this 100-180 zebra file. It does look used because I have used it on myself before, but this is my personal file. So let's just file the thumb because it is usually the easiest. So same as because it is the Happy Gel, it does file really easily, which I discussed in my previous video. I'm going to make these a little shorter. I'll keep them square like this though. Okay, and you can see here that I had some of the product kind of leak out the side. So I'm just going to go underneath a bit and file that out. This is a really awkward angle for me, just the way my filming is set up, so this is not how I typically file, but just to give you guys an idea. Okay, and I think I would go in with a E-file bit and go underneath just to smooth that out because it is a little lumpy. But that is that nail. Let's dust it off. Okay, I definitely feel because of the ridge down here, I will most likely have some lifting. But again, I will do an update video on how this wears. Just going to do a little bit more touch-up filing with off camera, and I will file these and then report back. Okay, so I'm not done filing these yet. However, as I was filing, this happened. So I think this is an air bubble that I would have had in the product as it cured. So it looked like I had it completely covered, but there was an air bubble. So that is not a good sign to me. I'm going to try to file that out and then apply a little bit more product in there to fill in that gap. But yeah, that's not good. And then as you can see here, I obviously wasn't very careful when I was putting it on, but putting it on and holding it on and putting it into the light is really, really hard. So the product spilled out under the form and it's in my cuticle area, so that will for sure cause lifting. So I am going to keep working on these and then I will be back once I am happy with how they are filed and stuff. Okay, so I have them all shaped now. And on this pinky one, what I ended up doing was adding a little bit more gel and then just the Happy Gel, and then just filing it, and then I added a little bit more Happy Gel on this side of my thumb as well, because I had applied the dual tip a little crooked, so I needed to add some product in this area as well. But this is the finished kind of structure. So it's not horrible, but it's definitely a little flat. And then underneath, I absolutely hate the result. So you can definitely see that it is not flush with my natural nail. That is, I'm going to guess, mostly my fault. I must not have had the tip pressed down. I had it pressed down more focused on the cuticle and not at the free edge. So that's just something to be aware of. Again, like any new product, it definitely takes some trial and error. So I am going to flip the camera back around and give you my final thoughts on this dual form technique. Okay, so my final thoughts on the dual forms are, I'm still very, very iffy. I mean, they look pretty decent from, like, if you're not familiar with how nails should look, they look decent. And from afar, they look really nice, and I'm sure once I get them painted and have a color applied, they will look really nice. They feel quite durable, which is really a good thing. They don't feel like I'm just going to snap them off. However, I do feel like I'm going to have a lot of lifting, just having to apply it and press on. There's a lot of room for air bubbles to get in. And like I mentioned when I was zoomed up, I didn't get the form applied properly at the free edge because I was more focused on the cuticle area. So that's definitely a concern for me. I am definitely worried about lifting. Like I mentioned, I will do a kind of 1 week review on this and see how they're holding up after 1 week. The shape is not horrible. I would definitely prefer a little bit more of an apex on my nails, but overall the Happy Gel still files like a dream. It was really easy to work with and really quick. So if you're looking to reduce your service time, the dual forms may be something you want to invest in, but I definitely recommend a lot of trial on yourself or on close family or something, whoever's kind of your guinea pigs. Definitely try it before you're working on paying clients with this technique, because it will definitely take a lot of trial and error to be able to fit the form properly and cure it without being really awkward. Like I was trying to cure it, I stick my hand in like this, but I was trying to hold down the tip as well, but the opening in your light's only so big, so it was really awkward to kind of hold the tip down and put it in the light at the same time. So definitely, this is a product that will require a lot more testing on my part before I ever consider doing it on clients. But yeah, I'm not super impressed with it, but I don't hate it at the same time. So let me know what you guys think of this product. Have you tried the dual forms? Let me know what your thoughts are on it. Please leave me any suggestions if you have things that I can do better with trying it next time, if you found anything that works, or I kind of just wung it. I haven't really watched a whole lot of videos on how to apply the dual forms, so maybe you're not even supposed to apply them to the whole nail like this. Maybe they're only supposed to go on the tip and then you're supposed to kind of do an overlay over top. I really have no idea. This is just kind of my interpretation on how to work the dual forms. So if I'm completely wrong, please, you're not going to hurt my feelings, so please just leave it down below and be like, hey, no Zena, like hold up, that's not how you apply those. But yeah, we'll see. I am going to do some kind of design on these because I really don't like just plain nails. So see how they hold up. I'm not thrilled, but I'm not horribly disappointed at the same time. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was kind of all over the place and in and out of focus. I apologize. I'm really still trying to work on the best filming setup I can for working on myself. I do eventually hope to do some kind of watch me work video style videos. So I'm really working on how to position my camera to do videos where I film myself working on myself. So I apologize that the quality of the footage might not be the best, but I hope you still enjoyed watching it. Be sure to check back next week for a new video and also an update on how these nails are holding up. Bye for now.